I'm pretty stunned by this one. I did not expect the Patriots to be paying this guy right now when Matt Judon is up. I wouldn't give Devon Godchow a cent, but like he's squawking about his deal. I didn't realize they were paying this guy on top of Stevenson and Onwenu and Duggar and Uche, although Uche's already pissed about his contract too. He just got it, but he's already pissed about it. Who are the other ones I'm missing? Bourne, Hunter Henry. I didn't realize they were going to pay this guy too. How do you feel about it, Mego? Jelani Tavai, $15 million. I think he can earn up to 21 if I'm not mistaken. 3-year deal for a linebacker that I'm going to say most people, hardcore Patriots fans maybe, most fans really aren't even familiar with the guy's work. Or if you were, he was out there on the team, but I didn't realize he was itching to get paid or that I was going to pay him. I didn't think that was on the radar for the Pats to do.
Yeah, I mean, he's Jag Tavai. Like, he's the epitome of a Jag. I mean, he's played every game for the last 2 seasons, so I don't want to take that away from him. Like, that's nice. He's a nice guy. I don't understand when we talk about the precedent-setting conversation on your team, what you're going to do with these guys when you turn around and pay one person and then you have hold-ins or quasi-hold-ins. Once training camp starts, how do you explain that? And if the predictions are correct and you have, a 1-win season or 3-win seasons and everybody's coming to you in the offseason with their hands out saying like, okay, hey, just like last year, right? I don't get it. I really don't. To me, I don't want to complain about them spending money. And so I'm split. I look at it and I go,
when it's these guys, I do. When you're spending money on so forgettable players, I do want to complain about it.
We're making the assumption that it's going to be at the expense of anything coming from the outside for the offense. And so I feel like that's jumping to a conclusion that I don't really know. Like the only evidence that I have of that is the Calvin Ridley situation.
Thank you. That's what I was just going to say.
That's the only evidence that we have that there has been them pointing to one guy and saying, we're not going to overpay for somebody from the outside. We're going to shore up what we have on the side of the ball that we like. And so, that's the only situation I can point to that. I don't know that they haven't been kicking the tires on Ayuk and saying, whoa, that price is going to be way too much. And we're going to have to pay him multiple times, essentially, for his contract situation.
I don't know that either.
I don't know that that's the case. I would guess it probably is.
What do you think? Thank you. What do you think?
So, I'm split on this. I got to look at it and say, if anything else, you're setting a really weird precedent.
I'm not split.
When you're not addressing hold-ins.
I'm not split. If you like Jelani Tavai, that's what I said about Ramondre Stevenson. What's the rush to pay these guys now? And what instead of throwing money at Stevenson and Tavai who don't need contracts, couldn't you use that money to throw in a little extra on your offer to Calvin Ridley? I connected exactly to that. So it's you don't have to pay these guys right now. And there is no rush to pay these guys right now. There is a rush to get a receiver for Drake May to throw to. At least there should be. There should be an urgency to upgrade the offense. Stevenson was on the team either way. Tavai was on the team either way. Godchow, I'm not giving you another penny because you're on the team either way. Judon has made the best case for getting paid and tearing up his deal, but you already got fronted money last year, and you were hurt. So, I'm not really even itching to pay him, but I think he has the best case to pay for guys who are under contract. I don't get the rush. And if you're telling me I could throw new money at Stevenson, new money at Tavai, and subtract another player, Duggar or whoever, and they're not back, and I get Calvin Ridley, that's what I wish they did. And the real truth in the matter, Arkend, is they had money to pay everybody, right, and they're choosing not to.
Yeah, they absolutely could have. They could have paid everyone they wanted to. They could have extended everybody that they wanted to, all their unrestricted free agents, all these guys now who had a year left on their deal, like Barmore and, all these other guys that just got paid. They could have done all of that and also spent. What they're doing right now here is really pushing all their chips into the middle of the idea that, okay, this team last year, almost exactly how it was constituted with a couple of changes, one big one at quarterback, but for the most part, basically the exact same team, is so much better than what you saw last year. What you saw last year was a mirage. What you saw last year was a team that should have been much better, and they weren't because Bill Belichick didn't know how to coach him and he didn't know what he was doing. And that's what they're saying. That's what all of this is saying to me. That's how they're speaking it. That's what all of the actions and everything are saying. And that's just such a big bet to make on a 4-win team.
Well, and you're going to expose yourself by bringing all these guys back. You're going to be exposed.
Yeah.
If you bring these guys back and the team's equally bad, well, then it wasn't Bill. It's the crappy roster, and it's your lack of investment in the team. So I would have, and I said this all along, and I got tons of pushback. Oh, well, there are good players on the team. Why wouldn't you bring back some players from everybody on the team last year was bad? Yeah, kinda. And I definitely don't need guys like this back.
They weren't good enough to win more than 4 games.
Yeah, and look at some of the trash quarterbacks they lost to last year. Twitch chat, twitch.tv/Boston WEEI. Love the signing. Tavai is not a Jag, Mego.
Oh, you're right. You know what? When I was at the Brady ceremony, it was crazy because I was like, oh, these people with the Tavai jerseys, they don't appreciate the past.
Well, the whole Gillette, the whole thing, all 60,000, 68,000, whatever it was for Brady and I were like, when are they signing Tavai? When are they going to do it? And again, that's fine.
Tavai could have probably walked through the crowd.
That's fine.
Not been recognized
it's okay.
by that many
Like,
people.
I'm not saying he's not a nice player.
He's a good
You
player.
can be a nice player, a good player.
Well, you did call him a Jag.
Okay, that's a nice player.
Is it?
That's a good player.
I don't know if that's
just another guy.
I don't know if that's the
Yeah.
implication, but whatever. I'm fine with you calling him
He's
a Jag.
good
I have no
Jag.
problem. I just wouldn't. Now you can't turn around and be like he's good. Like you called him a Jag. That's fine. He is a Jag. I don't disagree with you.
He was one of the better Patriots. Like, you could say that at least.
Okay, but like to me, again, even if he is a nice player and you want to pay him, you have to do it right this second. Like, what's the rush to do it now? Why couldn't you add from outside to the team this offseason and then actually deal with your impending free agents when they're free agents? Like, you didn't need to pay Stevenson now. You didn't need to pay Tavai now. And maybe you saved a few bucks. Maybe. I can't imagine Tavai goes out and has another year like last year, and his number goes up all that much. This is the number now, and there's no one else bidding on it. Maybe it goes up slightly. No one wants Jelani Tavai. I got news for you.
What
I have no idea. I have no clue. I don't know.
He was tied for second on the team in tackles.
Yeah, tackles. Who cares? He fell on top of
Do
some
they
piles.
tackle guys in football? Does that happen on every single play?
You know why the Patriots probably had good tackle numbers? Because guess what? The other team had the ball the whole game, and they needed to tackle the other team.
Do they have a running back lead in receiving yards again? Because I feel like they're not focusing on stats that actually are probably more important than other stats.
The whole thing is annoying. It's annoying is what it is. And so I don't get what they're trying to do. I really don't get the plan. I don't agree with the plan. And I am going to complain about them paying some players. Here's my general stance. Pay good players. And don't pay guys who don't need to be paid, A. And B, aren't really that good. Tavai was good, ... for a 4-win team last year, I guess. Is he actually good? Jury's out. Don't get why they're paying him. Didn't need to pay him. Same thing with Ramondre Stevenson. Same thing with Godchow. If heaven forbid they give him a dime, they shouldn't. And that's how I feel about it. The whole thing is weird.
It's just, again, I think it goes back to precedent, and I don't understand what they're trying to set. It seems like they're being inconsistent, and I think it's going to be it could cause a little weirdness with the team when some of your better players, like, I do think Godchow is a good player. And so he's been paid before. That's the precedent you set for him, by the way. He's like Bill Belichick was here. He's a bigger hard ass than you guys are, and he paid me. And now I'm sitting here, like, watching Tavai get paid.
Yeah, the number just went up. If you're Matt Judon, the number just went way up.
I was just going to say, like, are they doing this so they can go, oh, listen, Matt, we really like you, Matthew. We really think that you're important to this team, but we did just sign Jelani Tavai, and we did just sign.
Josh Uche got all that money.
If I'm Judon, I'm going, I don't care. Like, I make an impact on this team and have made an impact on this team year after year after year, and you're just finding more guys to pay that are not me.
People were asking yesterday, or maybe it was a text earlier today, I forget. Has it ever happened that a championship team has gone out and sold like moments after they won? I can't think of one. I also can't think of a team that won 4 games and is locking the whole roster up. Like, I also can't think of that.